Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Don't Kill My Character presents Shipwrecks. I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, a player, no longer the crew master, and the producer for this channel. And now I'm just gonna toss it over to Sean because he is the crew master now, and he's gonna get this super fun party started. Super safe, nothing spooky.
Super, everything's gonna be fine. I don't know why people have concerns. Anyway, before we do a full recap, let's let the players tell us who they are, who they're playing, and last week we did frozen things. What's your favorite shade of blue? Let's do that. Mika, how about you start us off?
Hi, what am I saying? My name's Mika. I do things. I am playing Kumquat, who is a fairy who was with her sisters piloting the puppet Lemon Sour, but now she's kind of all on her lonesome. She needs to figure shit out in order to get her and her sisters back safely because she loves her sisters. And my favorite shade of blue is like cerulean. Yeah.
Oh, such a good blue.
Very nice. Kate.
Well, as soon as Mika said cerulean blue, I was like, yes, that was my favorite blue crayon. And now I can't.
People can share favorite colors. We need to get Craig.
No, they can't.
Oh, Craigwatt's not recording us.
It's fine.
This will eventually
Now recording.
No, it's fine. I have the intro from other streams. It's perfectly fine.
Incredible. This show will eventually be available as a podcast on Sean's network, Help Action Needed, and we just started recording for that.
I can go again.
I'll cool
Sure,
if
go
you
ahead,
take it
Mika.
again.
Should I?
I'm glad we cut
okay.
it now and not when it's important. Go ahead, Mika.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Mika. I do things. You should catch me on Roll D5. And today I am playing Kumquat, who is a fairy who previously, for the first half of the campaign, was piloting the puppet Lemon Sour along with her two sisters. But now that they've kind of changed dimensions, it's just her as she's trying to figure out a way out for her and her sisters. My favorite color of blue, cerulean.
Amazing. Such a good shade. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm Kate the Great Cosplays, and I am playing Wisp, the gnome wizard who was a navigator aboard the Bad Attitude in part 1. And she is down here because her mom has been captured in this prison of lots of pirates and people of the sea. So she's trying to find her mom and make things right because things are feeling really not right to her, and she misses being able to see the stars beneath the water. And I really do like cerulean blue, but I think in general it's just blues that are lighter tones but very bright, like very strong pigmented blues. I had a lot of fun. I did Veth from Critical Role Campaign 2 as Columbia from Rocky Horror, and there was like this bright teal blue that I used to do like Veth's tattoos, and that was a really cool blue. So whatever the NYX electric blue eyeliner blue is, that one, not sponsored.
Nice.
Wonderful.
I'm also running text,
Andy.
so I will be distracted.
I'm Andy. I'll be playing Sunshine/Wavy Jones, where Wavy is Sunshine's warlock patron who's currently piloting her body because she is unconscious. Who knows if she'll be back? I don't know. My favorite shade of blue is cerulean because I'm not a coward.
And Taylor.
Oh, hey, I'm Taylor, aka Swika Taylor. I do the variety content creations and all that jazz. I'm excited to play Misty today in this casual game. Nothing bad's gonna happen. And I'm gonna give you guys a hex code of my favorite blue, and y'all can look it up later. And that is pound D3E5F8. So enjoy.
If you can
I
drop
got
it in the chat so we can look it up.
I'm gonna type
I got it.
it
No,
later.
I got it in the Twitch chat. I was like, oh, I'm gonna stenographer this right now.
I would like to change my answer to Pantone 292.
We love that. We love that.
Yeah,
I'd like to change
specifically-
my answer to Pantone 292 because I'm still not a coward.
Not a coward.
I
no,
am a
it's,
coward.
Specifically because of a song by the Magnetic Fields, Reno, Dakota, where they rhyme blue with blue, essentially, by saying, you're making me blue, Pantone 292, and I'm like, fuck, that's good. Sorry, shoot, that's good.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
so we're Don't Kill My Character is PG-13-ish. Basically, I just don't want to have to turn on the adult content filter, so it's okay. It's okay.
Well, Mika, there's our
PG
one per
13 means you can
screen.
curse 13 times, as long as it's not in a row, and you're fine.
Sure.
I like Andy's
Sean.
better than the Screen Actors Guild. Anyway, I'm
Sean
Sean.
can- yeah.
Yep, I'll be our DM for today, and I am existing. I fully forgot everything. I'll be playing a lot of people in the world, and my favorite color of blue, I'm super colorblind, and so I don't actually know what it would look like to the rest of you, but to me, it's the color of the sky when it's really hot outside. The sky turns a specific shade of blue, and I like it a lot. But also, the way that my eyes work is when two colors touch, the dominant one takes over, and I can tell shades apart really well. I just can't see half the color spectrum that normal people apparently can see. So I see in shades.
So your favorite color of blue is heat stroke?
Could be. I have no. Well, it's not heat stroke for me because I don't go outside. I am very much an indoor human, but I look up at the sky and I go, wow, that's nice. And anyway, let's do a recap.
I was about to be like, Sean is also not a coward, but I mean, that's responsible not going outside when it's that hot. Let's do a recap.
I, like, because we're on this topic, like, hot for me is anything above 82. Not 82, God no, 68. Like, and don't ask me how I got it that wrong, but like, 68 is my comfort temperature. If it's even like 72, I'm like, it's too warm. So like, the summer, not my friend. Below in the winter, I love it. It's snowing, everything is coated in ice, the sky is permanently gray, maybe some gray clouds. My favorite time of year.
That is
Speaking of being the wrong color and not how they're supposed to be, last time our crew took a transition down to the bottom of the ocean. After stepping through a portal, they made it all the way to the ground, or the depths, or what they thought were the depths, for as they journeyed forward, they realized that there is something that lies even further beneath the temple they found themselves in. But the temple they had found themselves in was a glass structure that seemed to be stretching endlessly, and when Kumquat and Mist looked beyond into the other parts, not Mist, Wisp looked beyond into the other parts of the world, they just saw just spectrals and fractals of things trapped, including our good friend Ruki, who was chosen not to be saved as she thought she could, well, as Kumquat thought she could make it for herself one day. Wavy heard the voice of a woman in their ear calling to their ship, and when finding it, Misty had the smart thought of, maybe if we walk into the ocean, it would be bad at this depth. But also, who cares if you're the king of the ocean? You can do whatever you want, right? Wavy sure thinks so. At the end of our session, we found a nice door that opened that seems to be leading even further below. And that's where we pick up. Players, I believe that Kumquat and Wisp just found the other two. And I think there was some stuff found that a certain donkey was not able to fully communicate, as Brunislava cannot fully grasp the concept of legend lore. So, not sure if Brunislava or if Wisp wants to give things along, but I do believe that was something discussed. And I turn the scene to you all.
Yes,
Oh my god, I forgot about Brunislava.
Brunislava is wonderful. I think that Wisp would look to Wavy, because Wavy was the one who was most affected by the voices, and say, are you still trying to follow these voices?
What's it to you?
It's not so much what it is to me, but the sea, and perhaps you. It seems that if you are hearing Celestine's voice, it means you are more likely to be led astray into a trap of her making.
Well, all I have to say to that is, I disagree.
You may disagree. It is your fate to own.
Was that a threat?
Perhaps, but not from me.
Well, at that rate, you might just get a promotion. I'll ignore the voice the next time it talks. After that, no promises.
I am
Hear a
curious.
voice in your ear. It would be wise to not ignore me.
I am
Well-
curious to know what the voice says if it does try speaking to you again.
It said it would be wise to not ignore it, and, well, that was the one time I was going to ignore it, so now I'm a bit at a loss.
Oh. Well,
Kumquat and
I
Misty,
think she's fucking with my head.
what are you all doing in this moment?
So where are we right now? Can you describe?
Yep, so you all
setting,
arrived at the bottom of a very large glass set of stairs to what looks like an open amphitheater. The only identifiable thing along the glass wall is a gate that very much represents like an old wrought iron gate that would be easy to open and walk right out to a shipyard off in the distance beyond you. Looking around, you're on like the bed of sand that just stretches infinitely and would seem to be the seafloor, if not for the fact that moments ago, a door opened in the glass behind you, leading a staircase down even further.
Is there a microphone on the stage?
No.
I want
Am
to
I
go
missing
do a performance.
I'm like, am I missing a reference here?
well, I was
No,
just like,
no.
Okay.
I just thought my thing was going to be like, while everyone else is like kind of bickering, like Wisp and Wavy, Kumquat's just going to go on stage, not really knowing what else to do, and just kind of sing a little Faye song.
Nice. What's
Yeah.
it sound like?
Punk.
Okay.
Mood.
Yeah.
Misty will cheer Kumquat on
Yeah.
as they sing their song.
Very
Coming down
acapella
there.
punk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
They're like,
if we're not going to listen to the voice and just hang out here singing and dancing, we're going to be here forever.
that is true.
You know
But
what? I hate to admit it, but Wavy's right.
Autumn.
I was like, that's fine. Just as long as you just tell us what the voice actually says and not lie to us.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
If you're supposed to be captain, then you need to. We need to trust you.
Yeah, that's what our
Otherwise, we'll
contract said.
overthrow you.
I did
Me.
see in the vision an entrance that was further down from where we are now, but Celestine is the only one who may know how to safely open it. So perhaps having her attention is not a bad thing.
Hey, Celestine. She doesn't
No
seem
response.
to respond.
Nope.
I thought maybe I had her on call, but
Well, maybe she's listening. But just ask your question out loud and see what happens.
what should we ask her?
Well, what are our goals here together?
I want to get my ship.
We'll get the ship
Okay, so we'd
and then
like
get
to
out of here.
we'd like to get out. I would also like to free the souls trapped here, and I believe the sea would like that as well. The sea and Celestine are definitely at odds. I see the sea holding parts of this place back.
I like the way that you think. If we free all of the souls, we can recruit them and have an army of ghosts.
I don't
If
think
they
those
are
any
willing,
of the
yes.
words.
The largest crew in existence. All spirits. I love it.
That's terrifying.
Thank you.
Okay.
And as you're all standing there, you hear the glass start creaking again like it did when it opened. You have a feeling that Celestine might be reconsidering her offer to invite you into the depths. But the door is still there. It's just slowly closing.
We should proceed.
Cool. And as you go, a lot of things get noticed at once. Start with the good one. Misty. As you take your first step down the staircase, that clockwork amulet in your hand starts moving a lot faster, and it feels like its magic is attuned to yours, and you immediately understand what it can do. And I'll put it in our chat here for you so that you can all see it. The Shipwrecks chat, not the private chat. But you and up to 3 allies can essentially use the amulet as if everyone was attuned to it for once per day, and re-roll any 20 as a 15 or just call a 15. That's part of it. You also know, if you can figure out how to use that sword, it seems to have some long-range fighting capabilities, as though if it were an arcane focus, it could fire off a blast or two. I think that would be something that you might need to hand it over to a more sword-capable or something else. But you know immediately that clock is offering for you to dive into its power and make all of you stronger. The rest of you would notice at the same time that as you descend, the walls aren't glass anymore. They go from glass to sandstone to obsidian, and then turn a strange red hue, as though maybe it's some magmas rock, or maybe it's something else, until the steps are a little squishier. And it feels less like you're walking through stone, and more like you're walking through like a soft membrane that's holding something together. You would also notice that that sense of cold is gone. You no longer feel like heat is void of this place, but instead feels like a nice, comforting, bathwater-ish warmth that's just permeating the air, slightly humid. What would your thoughts be? It feels very much like you're walking into an artery or a squid tentacle or something.
I think this whole place has just felt so strange and unnatural and wrong to Wisp from the start, and it's just feeling even worse now. Wisp is definitely uncomfy, and at the back of her mind, she's also wondering if her mother walked these halls like she is now, and where she might be.
You seem disturbed. Is this your first time walking into a strange sea creature?
Yes, it is. Have you done this before?
Well, so many times.
I get a perception check from both of you.
What do you find works best in these situations?
Step 1, hold your breath.
Noted?
I got a 1.
Okay.
So a 2 minus 1.
17.
As Wavy says that he's been in like this sort of thing before, you see a flash of silver on the wall. Would you like to go check it out?
Yes.
As you look, and you can guide everyone's eye to it if you choose, it seems like in the like inside the membrane seems to be like flowing liquid, and it seems when you look close enough it's made up of names, and Wavy's name is inside of those veins. Just when it's said, it flows quickly past, and you can follow it if you want, but if you look, there are just very, very many, as like though you were in the ship once again, but tenfold. The names of people who are trapped here seem to be providing the lifeblood of whatever you're standing in.
I think Wisp will absolutely point that out. She'll say, what does your experience say about names in rivers of silver blood, like yours, that we can follow? Here, this way.
What, your name isn't in strange places?
Perhaps I'll find mine later, though I don't expect to. But yours is coming this way. Now.
What would I know about that, if anything?
I think in that case, Wavy is welcome to make up a Wavy truth, but I don't think Wavy knows the answer to that question.
I love wavy truths.
Yeah. Like, so Wavy, why?
So, when you've had a life as long and as full and as fame-producing as mine, Your name gets worked into the very fabric of reality. I recommend following it.
That actually does not feel as far from truth as what you usually say does.
I've
I
never
think-
lied.
I do think
feel
that
like that's a lie.
I do think that your name is part of the fabric of this reality.
Maybe I have some sway here. Walls, lead the way.
You see
And
the
Wisp.
walls pulse.
In
It
Whisper
worked.
still.
It didn't work.
A pulse very similar to how blood needs to get a heartbeat going. Just happens to line up at the same time, but just one goes down.
I want to take out my sword and prod the wall just a little bit. Not to like pierce it, but to see if it does anything.
Yeah. So, are you thinking just like touch, or are you applying a little bit of pressure?
Sort of like so just touching it. I don't want to like pierce the wall. I want to like almost tickle it.
Cool. You see as you go to like just like lightly tickle, as it touches, just like a turning knot appears that goes around the tip of the sword, and just like a black ink starts crawling up it towards your handle at the hilt.
I'm gonna let the ink sort of reach the hilt.
Okay. It reaches the hilt, coating your blade, and then starts to go further, reaching for your middle finger, which I imagine would be the closest to it.
All right, I'll pull the sword out.
Okay. You can touch it if you want. I mean, as you pull it out, it will retreat back in, but if you want to try and grab it or do something with it, you're welcome to.
I don't want to touch it.
That's fair. Anyway, what's everyone else doing as Wavy messes around with some stuff?
I think Wisp would still be trying to follow Wavy's name if it was moving. Just the trail of it.
Yeah, Kumquat would
Yeah, follow.
also be following.
Beautiful.
Well, probably go the Wavy and be like, stop messing with things. And then try to go follow.
I'm abandoning our captain already.
And
He's gotta be a good first mate.
Misty, can you make me a religion check?
I shall try my best.
Thank you. That's all we ask.
It's a pretty low number, but let's see what I can add. 10?
Okay. You don't gleam much more, but how upstairs it felt like the ocean was all around you. Here it feels like the ocean is attempting to become part of you. Beyond that, I don't think you'd understand anything else. As you all walk forward, you follow the name, and at every couple of steps, the same pulse goes out, as though something is beating, until you come to a clearing. You find a Triton woman, standing with impeccable armor that appears to have never been dirty a day in its life, long, flowing, seaweed-esque hair, who looks at all of you and goes, "It's a wonder any of you made it here. Normally, people die. I guess congrats on that."
My
Oh,
trick is
my.
I'm already dead.
And
I didn't
spite for
understand
me.
any of you because you all said that at once, but I understood spite and death, which are two things I enjoy. The rest of you, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Have you come to aid me?
Well, it depends what you need aided with.
I want to get out, you want to get out, I imagine you want your ship. We could all be on cordial terms and go back where we
Right,
came
but
from.
Are you a bad person?
Is anybody really a bad person?
You know
Is
what?
any
That's
pirate
fair.
not a bad person?
That's also fair. You're not gonna like destroy our ship if we get out. And you're not gonna like go destroy the whole world. You're not
The
some
world
kind
is-
of eldritch terror, I guess is mostly what I care about.
The world is a little grand for my ambition. Your ship depends on how nice it looks. I believe mine went down a while ago, and I've been called many things, some of them including a terror, but I don't believe I've ever been called an eldritch terror.
I'm gonna roll some insight.
Okay.
Not that I really need to. I just
Mhm.
really want to roll right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, let me get my focus side dice out. So my insight is only a +1.
Like,
That
do we
is
know
a
who
14
this
plus
person
1.
is?
14.
What'd you say, Taylor?
Like, do we know who this is, or like?
They didn't introduce themselves. You would pretty much assume it's Celestine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what was your roll, Kumquat?
15. 14 plus 1.
Yeah, very much in the same way when you communicate with Wavy, that nothing Wavy says appears as a lie to Wavy. Nothing she has said, she thinks is a lie.
Okay. Well, all right. New team member. Yay.
That was far simpler than I thought it would be. So we can all agree that I'm captain because I know this place better than the rest of you, yes?
Hold on. Hold
There we
on.
go.
I think we're moving a little fast here. I didn't say also that you
Yeah.
could join the team. We only had one person say, "Yeah, we're fine with it." Then all of us.
First
You
Oh,
off,
could be
this
captain.
isn't a democracy. Second off, I'm the captain. Third off, that's my first mate. You should listen to her.
okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of, can I have my sword back, please?
No.
How about-
like that's it, like no, but back to the subject at hand. So you want to get out, we want to get out, but we also want all the spirits to get out. Is that possible?
I mean, yes. However, it'll be much easier to just get rid of all of them on our way out.
No.
Why not?
They-
They're dead.
Wavy's also dead, but Wavy's coming with us.
Yeah, but Wavy's in a body.
Yeah, but Wavy can also be out of the body. It in the end, this just proves that like their life is more than just death.
I feel like you all have a lot of conflicting thoughts, both on who your captain is and your purpose, as the fairy give an emphatic yes, and then the rest of you give a no, and there's a lot
Hold
going on here.
Let me consult my crew.
And he's gonna like try to corral everybody like
Yeah.
away from Celestine.
So, we have something that she wants, which is the sword.
Yes,
And she has something that we want, I think.
a lot.
She has the way out.
How about
And also, I do believe that she can, in fact, hear everything we say within here.
Yeah, you hear
what is
echoing from the flesh, very much so.
is
So
there
what
a
is the
way
sword?
that we could discuss privately, maybe? Does anybody know the message cantrip?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think
Hold
so.
on. I am gonna try something.
And I'm gonna write on a piece of paper, like, do you all think that she can read this? And then just say a bunch of really disparaging things about her. And read her face.
I love Wavy.
You see for a moment that, like, as you're standing there not saying anything, she looks a little confused, but mostly annoyed. Like, that look of, like, amusement turns to just, like, I'm over this. And then you see coming from the floor right in front of you, like, a growth that comes up, and then an eye appears at the end and reaches over your shoulder to read the form, and then goes, all of that's
I
been said
cover
about me
it.
before. You cover? Cool, make
I-
me a dex check to knock it out of the way.
I was gonna do
Yeah, do whatever you want.
what was I gonna do? I'll just do the dex saving throw, because I didn't think this through.
Okay.
It's an 11.
Yeah, that's enough. And what's
Okay.
your unarmed strike?
Ooh, my unarmed strike. Hello. Is 1.
Okay, yeah. Just one,
So
like,
plus 4 would be 12. Yeah. So just a
a gentle poof is all it takes to knock this eye off the stalk as it's, like, quickly forming. Misty, as this eye rolls to the ground, you feel that sense of, like, connection pulse in a very disturbed way, as though the sea was hurt by something about a body breaking.
Oh, I was like, Missy's like, don't do that. That's hurting the sea.
So we've learned a
As-
couple of things. Number one, hurting the weird eldritch eye stalks hurts the sea, not good. Number two, she can only hear us, not see us.
As Missy said that action hurts the sea, Wisp would want to look at Celestine to see if that hurt her as well or not. A big goal of
Doesn't appear
Wisp's,
to.
I think, is going to be trying to like figure out what is the sea and what is Celestine reacting in these spaces.
Just on a glance, it doesn't seem like she has any reaction to it.
Interesting. The sea can see us. Celestine can hear us.
I am going to use my channel divinity to create a thick cloud of fog. So I'm gonna create a cloud of fog as I gather the hands of my crewmates and bring them close. As I then write a note, which just says, "We should get what we want from her, and then kill her. Yay or nay," with 2 checkboxes to distribute to the crew. And so, big cloud of fog. Slam it into, I guess, Wisp's hand first with a pen.
Yay. And Wisp will pass it to Misty.
Yeah.
And I think Wisp too has some cantrips like Shape Water and Thaumaturgy and Minor Illusion and things that can help obscure as well.
That passes over to.
Oh yeah, minor illusion. Yay.
Incredible. We are of an accord. I'm going to present a strategy. And
Eat the
I'll
paper.
release the fog cloud. I definitely eat the paper.
I was like,
Incredible.
And then I say,
Celestine, we've come to an agreement. We will help you escape.
I'm quite glad. Does it normally take that amount of showmanship to come to an agreement? Are you that ineffective as a leader that you can't just have an open discussion?
Do you want to die? I'm trying to help you here.
I mean, I would love to see you try, but it wouldn't be in anyone's interest if either of us died right now, would it?
Wavy reaches for his sword but does not draw it.
Okay. So you came to a decision, you're planning to help, good.
yes.
But there are things we want in return for helping.
Such as?
Freeing souls here, making sure they have rest.
We can free some of them,
Well, why not all?
because that's a lot of work, and once we try and get out of here, we won't have a lot of time to get out.
Why?
How
Unless
can
one of you happens to know the code, which you don't.
How can we help with the work?
Well, when we get down to the center of the heart, I imagine we can destroy the heart of the sea, and whatever destruction we do in time will bleed out the souls that's held captive here for years, and then we can all escape, and whoever's bled out can come with us. That sound fair enough?
I don't want to like harm the sea. If that's hard to see, I don't want to do all that.
Why? It's a terrible creature. It does not deserve life more than anything here.
That's your opinion. And I think that's a false opinion. What does the sea ever do to you?
Well, where do you want to start, little cleric? I was at one point in the height of my career the height of the entire Church of the Ocean. I believe I know far beyond others what the atrocities it commits include.
I was like, Missy's just got across her arms. It's like not debating if she even wants to help now. Even though she knows the end goal. of the helping, but she doesn't want the damage to see, and that connection.
We can always leave without freeing the souls and leave the heart of the ocean perfectly intact. Anyway, let's get moving, shall we? Yeah.
So do we have a sense that that is the case then? That like the sea's heart needs this flow of souls in order to like continue to beat? Like, does that seem right?
If you want to make a check about it, feel free. Anything that you think
Yeah.
makes the most sense. Everyone can do whatever they think makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I want to do Arcana.
Okay.
I was also gonna do Arcana.
Yeah.
So I rolled a natural 1
Okay.
plus 8. So that's a 9.
I will say, everyone here has an advantage from chat, and also everyone once per day has the Misty Clockwork Amulet can just choose a 15 instead of rolling.
I can choose a 15? I want to do that.
Once I got
Do I
a
still add my
20.
I also
modifier?
got that one.
Oh,
you would
got
add
a
your
20?
modifier, yeah.
21.
Oh,
I have
wow.
18.
21 with Arcana.
21 with Arcana,
18 with history.
18 with History.
Ooh, history's a cool one for this.
7 with Arcana with a natty 1.
Okay.
2 nat
13
ones.
13
I
Arcana,
love
cool.
this.
Yeah, I think we'll start with Misty as yours deviates from the rest. You know the history of this place, communicated to you by the Legend Lore spell from Wisp. And you would know that like this place used to be the like actual heart of the ocean's temple, like where like clean water flowed out of, where life was renewed, where all of that. And you have a feeling that that temple would not require souls nor flesh or sacrifice. I don't think you would know beyond that, but I think especially with your attunement to it, in your heart, you're like, my version of the sea does not require that. The rest of you, to various degrees, with Wisp getting it the most, but even with your 7 kumquat, you're still a magical being in your own right. You can tell a lot of rituals have been cast down here that have corrupted this place, and that over time it's been usurped to become a prison and not a temple, and that thing, now it is true, that in order for this reality of it to be maintained, it does require to be fed human souls, but there is a chance to restore that. It just depends how to undo it, and it would not be something as simple as a remove curse. It would probably be something of great magical ability or divine intervention.
Okay. Well, I feel more comfortable about destroying this place.
Wisp might just say, "This is a heart, but it is a corrupted one, a hurting one. I think we can remove the hurt."
As pirates, we need to be fickle. And if this heart is corrupt, then we should not need to think twice about cutting it out.
I'd like to try and cleanse before we cut.
I won't stop you.
But I'll help you with in that cleansing. Wave, you got
So
any
we-
interjection on that?
Celestine, where's my ship?
I'm gonna take this as a no. Yeah, where's the ship?
You already found your ship. It is up the stairs and directly out front if you want to go grab it.
How do I get it?
Well, if you leave kindly with me, you'll be reset into a point of time of your choosing, and you can choose to be on your ship before your inability to be a second mate sank it to the ground. Or you could always try and figure out a way to go revive it yourself.
You are moving the stars.
Well, it's not moving if it's course correcting before I was incorrectly prisoned here. Shall we? And she's just going to start walking down a hallway.
Quad follows.
Yeah.
Wavy is gonna pull Misty aside
Hmm?
as the two walk away and just be like,
So, it seems like all she can do is take us back in time.
Yes.
I don't want that.
And it's like, we won't allow the tap as long as she doesn't have this sword. I feel like this sword has something that she wants, like more magic. That's like my guess. And I'm not gonna let her have it. And the amulet too.
Incredible. So, do you think, as sort of representative of the sea here, I hope that's what you are, do you think the sea could help me get my ship back without going back in time?
I believe so. We just cannot let her kill that heart.
Perfect. Good enough for me.
Perfect. I'm glad we're on the same page.
and then follow.
Wisp, do you follow immediately as well, or do you stay back for a moment?
I think, yeah, Wisp will hang back. She's not going to leave the group, but I think she would be the back of the pack because she is very hesitant to walk after Celestine anywhere.
Okay. And is there anything with your attentive eye you're trying to tune into as you're walking?
I think that Wisp is just very taken by the sea and the stars put Celestine here, and she does not want to free Celestine from this place. But also, in this room, she saw Wavy's name go by in silver, and the other thing that Wisp is trying to look for is her mother. So she would try to see if her mother's name is amongst these.
First, can you make me a wisdom check?
Wisdom.
Just to see if you get advantage on it or not.
I'm going to use, so this would just be like, just like roll plus my wisdom modifier.
Correct, yep.
Okay, my portent, both portents I rolled were 12s, and I have a plus
Okay.
3 to wisdom. I don't know if 15 is enough for this or not. I'm gonna go with that. The wisdom is a 15.
Yeah. On that, you just reflect on the moment and realize that the only thing that revealed Wavy's name was him saying it aloud. So if you want to speak your mom's name into this place to see if you can find it, it would give you advantage to speak your mom's name to help you find it, but it would also be bringing her consciousness back into this heart. And that choice is up to you.
Oh. I mean, I think that Wisp is already thinking that her mom is here and not resting because of what she saw in the mirror. So she will whisper. Kasaria Malia? That's her mom's name.
And go ahead and roll your investigation or perception at advantage.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be perception. And that's a 28 for the first roll. And we're gonna keep that 28.
I would also keep a 28. That's a wonderful roll.
The other one was a 26.
No, I think you should
Also
try
pretty
again.
wonderful, but we're gonna, yeah.
Yeah. On that 28, flowing the opposite direction of Wavy, as though Wavy's name is being pulled into the center and your mom's name seems to be expelled the same way oxygen is brought to the heart and away. You see your mom's name flowing away from the center of the heart.
Is it flowing in like a direction where we would need to like leave where the rest of are going? Like it's going in totally opposite.
Yeah, if you're all walking left, it's going right.
Okay. Wisp is going to use thaumaturgy in the way that she did on the ship to throw her voice to her friends and say, I see my mother's name and I want to follow. Can anyone come with me? Well,
Work it, girl. I've
another
got your
one or
back.
two keeps. Thank you. She's gonna follow the name.
Yeah, it's all about that family. I
Gotta
get
get the
it.
fam.
So
You
Kumquat,
hear
you turn
your
around as
family.
well.
So are we?
We can't have
splitting
that be
up
the motto
then?
in 4 games, Taylor. We
Okay,
can't
when
have
you're
that
here,
be
when you're here, you're Olive Garden. Fine.
That's the same one.
Family.
Anyway,
Okay.
Kumquat, if you're the first to head off, you were also the first to go with Celestine, so she would definitely notice. Is there something that you would like to do more importantly than getting all of us out of here?
No, I don't do that. BRB, we need to make sure we have all we need. Otherwise, what's the point in helping you?
And she'll look at the other two. Do you share this sentiment? Or are you productive members of society?
Or do you just say, or are they productive members of society? I don't see how we're not being productive. Look, if you're going to be a ship captain...
She's going to cast silence, centered on you.
Oh, no.
Hold on, let me see if any of my spells...
Yeah, if you got anything for it.
Purple. Oh, it's a saving throw, right?
No, it's just no sound can pass within 20 feet of the radius.
Then I'd fly out of the radius.
Okay. Yeah, you'd have to go like 40 feet back or pass her. But as you're doing that, she looks at the other. Do you intend to follow, or are we all going after the runaway?
Hold on. No, I want to do something. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh, duh, it does listed right there. Okay. No, I got this. I keep on talking. Ooh. Is it worth it?
It's worth it.
Are you sure? No, you're right. Silence is not a saving throw. What's she casting it on specifically?
It's the ground underneath you.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I fly out of it and then continue to say, "You're a bad captain." Oh, it turns out I do have message. Then I send message directly to her. That says,
Message does require a verbal component, unless it's changed for 5.5. If it has, please correct me. But base level message.
Changed. Message just somatic and movement.
Okay, cool.
Or whatever M is. Yeah, so
Material.
I'm just material. So I'm just. You're still not a very good captain if that's how you're going to act.
I fully love this. Just above the table. What's the new wording? It used to be that you had to whisper the message that they'd hear. What's it say now?
You point towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and you reply in a whisper.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason it doesn't say verbal.
Yeah,
as a
and it
component.
doesn't say verbal, and I'm not going to say that can't happen, because doing this and saying you're a bad captain is cool as fuck, but wild. But yeah.
That's a crazy change.
I mean,
Yeah.
Wavy just follows up and like, she's not the captain.
Yeah.
I followed up with, it's a good thing you're not the captain, though.
Love this crew.
Because this would have proved you weren't fit for the job.
And despite all of this antics, I still don't have an answer to my question. You would all, without even needing to roll, see she's getting annoyed. Like, was expecting this to be easy, and you were not a crew that's subordinate and falling in line. and it is like starting to get to her.
Look,
She's
I can
not our
see that you're
captain.
starting. I can see you're starting to get upset, and you're starting to spend spell slots. I'm okay with it. However,
Yes.
we have things we need to do, and if you want us to help you, you're gonna need to fall in line.
How about we take a brief break from each other? You go deal with whatever the problem is, and I'll reconsider my aspects on
I've
helping.
already left.
They've already left. I don't know how slow you are in the head, but they're gone, and we're here with you. We're gonna stay
Okay.
that way.
Perfect. Then let us continue. And she'll leave on with the two of you. That's the first time anyone answered her question.
Yeah.
But Kumquat and Wisp, you all fly. Well, yeah, literally fly in Kumquat's case. That's a hard thing to say. Catching up
Kumquat's
with
case.
Wisp. Yeah, Kumquat's case. And heading back towards the other side. As you go that way. Go ahead, Kate. It looks like you had a question.
Oh no, I think that Wisp will just say, "Thank you for coming. I think that the spirit, my mother's spirit, could be easier to connect with, and maybe she can help us, show us how we can free the others. Celestine doesn't want us to do this, so I think it's important. And this is important to me. Thank you.
I got you, girl.
This might teach us
Oh,
what we
what
need to
are
know."
Wisp's pronouns?
Wisp is she, her. So I got you, girl. It's
Okay.
very appropriate.
I got you, girl.
You follow the name. It's moving a lot, like the outbound names are moving a lot slower than the inbound names. And you see, as you're walking, there's no darkness down here. It's a very well lit is the wrong term, but a high visibility area, all cast in a shade of red, except for the end of this tunnel that you're walking towards, which is just ends in a wall of black, and very much with the pulse. Every few moments, some white cubes seem to crush in the middle, and then retract, and crush in the middle, and retract, as names funnel out of the walls and into this void.
And is her mother's name going into this void?
It's slowly making its way down the hallway.
Okay. Oh goodness. I think. So. She already tried, remove curse, and that didn't work, and you said that it would need to be something more.
To cure the
I
entire
have-
thing would be a lot more, yeah.
Okay. I have a few ideas. She's gonna see first if she can use just shape water to try and pull out the name a bit, if it will respond to magic at all.
I love that. Give it a try. Does shape water just works, right?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
So it's not super powerful, but I mean, if you're cool with flavoring it, I would spend a spell slot if it's I could enhance the cantrip with a spell slot, to try and make it work more.
I think
The other
I
thing
think
that I could
the-
try
if you
is
just
dispel magic.
Let's run with your shape water thing to start. I think that'll be more effective. Because as you cast it, what do you're just trying to slow the name, pull the name, what are you trying to do?
So Wisp sees it going to this void and doesn't like that. So I think she would try to halt the name and bring it closer to her with the shape water, and then possibly cast oh no, that's speak with animals, not speak with. Oh, I do have speak with dead. She would maybe, if it responds to that magic at all, she wants to cast speak with dead to see if she can actually talk to her mother.
So
in this.
it responds in the way that the small area where you're casting it seems to slow and ball up as you're trying to pull it, but the membrane is too thick to just fully pull it through. but you seem to have captured a sphere of water full of names that aren't moving forward while you're focusing on this shape water.
Okay. Then I think she's going to. Oh, wait, the spell fails, of course. Oh, wait, I think she's gonna cast Speak with Dead.
Okay, like through the wall then?
Well, I mean, it says it has to be a corpse with a mouth. Are you cool with finagling the spell?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's let you think on that for a second. I'm going to switch to the
okay,
other two.
Sweet, do that.
We'll come back to this.
Do that.
Yeah. Misty and Wavy, you're following Celestine. She's muttering under her breath, very calm. Like it seems to be her way of regaining her composure. It's just, they're all problems, you are not. They're the ones that will die here. If anything, you'll get out because you know what you're doing. I'm sure they'll be fine. Just like calming herself down through that process.
Hey, you seem pretty high-strung. You doing okay?
Yes, I'm doing wonderful.
Incredible.
I want to sort of get close to her and just take a big whiff, which is my divine sense, to see if she's undead, celestial, or fey.
Little note,
Or
we
fiend.
might need to take an ad break soon, or else Twitch might give us one.
Sounds good. Do we have a timer on that ad break?
So pre-roll, yes, 2.5 minutes.
Perfect. You would notice, Wavy, as you cast it, the smallest hint of celestial. As though, very much how, like, Misty has it just generally vibing from, like, the magic of the divine around her. But this is more, it feels like it's trying to seep into her, almost as though she's trying to absorb a bit of celestial power. So it doesn't ping fully as a celestial, but it's definitely getting in.
Interesting.
Like a little toe dip
A little
Yeah.
toe dip into celestial, okay.
Exactly, yeah.
mood.
Cool,
A little
cool, cool.
sample.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Free sample at the ice cream shop.
Can I get
you
a
seemed
small scoop of pistachio and a dip of celestial?
you seemed to suggest that there was some kind of passcode. Is that correct?
Well, it's less a code and more a series of runes, but the first thing we'll need to do is restore time to its correct place to walk through, which is where my sword and medallion will come in most handy. If you wouldn't mind handing it over.
No.
Just like an eye twitch. She's not going to do anything yet, but she's got thoughts.
And prayers.
No, I gave that up when I abandoned the sea.
Oh. Well, like,
were you a religious type?
I was the head priestess of the entire oceans of the world.
How come we've never heard of you? Sorry.
You're not there.
Yeah, you're not there. It's like that.
Waste
Misty-
ascending spell slot to
Misty
just
is-
shame this woman from afar.
It's like Misty can say
Not
that.
a waste.
So why haven't I heard of you as I'm connected with the sea?
Would you allow me a moment to look into you, because I have a feeling you're not the most scholarly of the order?
Hey.
Hey.
Hold on. If you're some kind of head priestess, do you have healing magic?
Of course I do.
Could you do me a favor and wake up my goblin friend? She's unconscious.
Sure. And without even needing to like expend any sort of slot for it, not the same way that you see it, like when Misty heals, but almost drawing from like the core of herself, just drops a little bit of black ichor onto your forehead, and whatever that looks like for Sunshine.
Oh, that's cold.
And then Sunshine wakes up. And I think that Wavy still has control of her body.
He says, "Thank you." I'll deal with that later.
Kate, is that our ad break?
It can be, so it will give me a 3-minute warning before it wants to run an ad. We just have the pre-roll on so it can choose to. But if we want to take one now, we can. Or
We can do the
it's
3
up to you.
minutes. Let's go to... Let me know when it starts.
I'll do that. I'll
if
give you the
can.
3-minute warning.
Okay. So, Wavy, you feel Sunshine come back, but choose not to let her out, so to speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, interesting. You appeared to not cast a spell. You used some kind of black ichor.
Wow, so astute and observant of you.
Thank you. I pride myself in that. I'm something of a mastermind, if I do say so myself.
And I'm sure you are the only one that says that, but I'm glad someone believes in you.
Aww.
You are very rude. Where are we
I'm
going?
honest. We're going to the heart so that we can start cutting it out and opening the gate. If your friends are not back with us in time, that's their own problem.
Fair enough.
Wait for them before we start cutting up hearts.
Oh, okay. What she said.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of you aren't really concerned about getting out of here.
No, we're concerned getting out of here.
And why these worries for others and ghosts and healing and when we could just walk out and be back in our own time?
No, like, cause I'm here on a mission and I'm gonna see 3P's mission.
And what mission
Can
would
I
that
ask
be?
you a question?
Of course.
Actually, I do want to know what Misty's mission is, but I also want to know what you want by going back to your time. What do you get out of all of this?
Well, if I go back to my time with the sword and key in hand, I never get tossed in here, and I can continue reigning the seas from above forever.
Okay, cool. Good play. Good play. Misty, what's your plan?
My plan is to make sure all these spirits are out of here and we don't really harm the heart. And I feel like we can do both.
You're welcome to try, of course. And we'll go back to the other two. As you're casting Speak with Dead.
I think that before doing that, Wisp will just look to Kumquat and say, I don't know if attacking this might help, like destroying that void or the veins. I can't tell what to do right now. Do you have any ideas?
Destroying what?
These
The heart, you mean? Sorry, above table.
there's like the veins of silver, the way I understand it, of names that are like moving, feeding into like this void. It looks like a crushing void. And so Wisp is wondering, like, do we take, weapons and spells and try to deal damage to this void and destroy the void? Is this like a gate that's, trapping or distorting and we just attack it?
I don't... I'm unsure. I don't know if you can really destroy a void is the problem.
That is a good point. I just don't want these names going into it, but they do seem to be moving in and out as well. This heart needs to be cleansed and clarified and cleared of this corruption, and I'm just not sure how to do that right now. But it has to happen right now.
Do you want to try casting a spell at it?
Yes, I do. I guess just like into this void. Gonna just cast shocking grasp is touch. I do not want to touch the void.
You don't? It's easy to touch. It's big. It's at the end of the hallway.
she's gonna go up and do a word of radiance. So she will be within 5 feet of it. And it's a con save or 1d6 radiant damage. And she's just gonna see what that does. And I think her wisp casting word of radiance looks like just reciting the names of constellations.
It's not able to save against it, so go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay. Dice would be great. That's 8 points of radiant damage.
Nice. You see it. As much as a void can wither back, it moves, and like those large white blocks come and shut off for a second, very much reminding you of teeth as they pull back away. And the void stops for a second, and then the speed in which the names flow in increases for just a brief moment, and the names coming out stop for about 8 to 10 seconds as the void comes back closer, but no names are released from it.
So
Void comes closer.
The void moves. It moved away when the word of radiance
okay.
passed, and it comes back to where it was, but the names that entered it during that time have not returned to you.
destroying the void might destroy the names. Okay.
I don't know if I have the right spells to help with this, unfortunately.
Ow.
Unless... Is there a way to take the names off the wall itself? Have we tried touching the names?
You haven't tried touching it. You also saw with the shape water, it did... They moved out but weren't able to make it through. If you wanted to try and cut a way out for them, you'd imagine that could work.
Okay. I think then Wisp would go back to holding the names, especially where her mother's name is, and look to Kumquat. Can you try cutting them? Just not on the names, maybe here, like indicating kind of a break, maybe, where it might be possible to cut.
I'm going to take out my spear because I don't want to get too close. Although, I guess the range is still like 5 feet, so I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Here's a reach, aren't they? That would give you 10.
No, it's
Yeah.
5.
Wow.
Because they're really more meant for throwing.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, I'll take the dagger. I'm going to take my dagger and carefully try and cut around the name.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. It takes very little to pierce. Anyone that was paying attention earlier saw how easy it was for Wavy's just touch to get a response out of it. You do have the same Ichor effect come out. And all of you, including the two of you up with Celestine, feel for a second that heart pulse stop, as though it's let out a breath. And from where you cut out, just a pool of blood comes out that quickly heals back up and then takes form. You're holding a set of 5 names, but I'd also like Wisp and Kumquat to roll initiative, please. And I think that's a wonderful time for a break. Let's go to a break.
Do that. Look, interesting decisions are fun.
Welcome back, everyone. We are coming back from the break in which our players decided to cut out part of the heart of the ocean to save a collection of names. Kumquat currently holding about 5 names as the wall heals itself, but Ichor poured out and is starting to pool into 2 little creatures. But before we go there, Misty and Wavy, you felt what felt like the heart giving out for a moment, as though it was needing to gasp for its breath. What would you both be doing?
So, I think that Wavy and Misty exchange a pair of glances. They've been working together for quite some time, and they know what this means. And so Wavy feels the heart stop, notices, and realizes, do we really need her? And he's going to walk up, pull his sword out, and hold it up to her throat as he whispers in her ear,
You made two critical errors. The first was telling us that there's just a passcode. The second was waking up my partner, because we're a team.
And Sunshine is going to take control. As he says,
Give us the password, and I don't slit your throat.
To that should say, I think the two errors I made were allowing both of you to live long enough. And can Sunshine make me a wisdom saving throw, please, as we roll initiative on your side?
is this her reaction?
It would be what she does if you want to go right into combat. Her turn is first. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, she beat both of you.
rolled
She got a
three.
16. Yeah.
Damn.
For
All right, so I got a
those at
wisdom saving
home,
throw.
for team this problem, it'll go Celestine, followed by Wavy, followed by Misty. For team the other problem, it will go Blood Gremlin 1, followed by Kumquat, followed by Wisp, followed by Blood Gremlin 2.
Well, I got a 17 on my wisdom saving
That
throw.
is one higher than her save. You do not feel the vicious mockery sink into your brain. What would your reaction to that then be, Sunshine, as you are next in this combat? Also, let's put Kate, how do I move the tokens? Never mind, I learned.
Good job.
If you all want to put yourselves in the appropriate fight, that would be much appreciated.
I think Sunshine is going to say, that's cute. And I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Okay, so she makes a wisdom save, correct?
Yeah, DC 17.
She's not the wisest. And she only rolled a 14, which brings it to a 15, so she is held.
She is paralyzed.
Okay.
I'd say it was nice to know you, but honestly, you suck.
And that's going to be the end of my turn.
Misty, what would you like to do?
Yeah. So she's paralyzed. She can still talk, right?
No, it's incapacitated when you're paralyzed. Can't talk, move, anything.
Crazy. All right. What for Misty to do? And how long does that last?
I believe a minute or concentration. Andy, please tell me if I'm wrong.
She will repeat the save on each of her turns. You auto crit if you are within 5 feet when you make attacks. Other attack rolls are at advantage. Well, so if any attack hits, it's a crit if you're 5 feet within range. You also have attack with disadvantage, attack with advantage in general, and the creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. So my plan is to mess her up and make her tell us the passcode.
I think if it's possible, I would like for that's a long shot, but I would like for Misty to search Celestine's body for a piece of paper, journal, anything. They'll probably have the passcode on it.
Okay. I will let you know, and you would know this from her, which is why I'm letting you know. She's not going to have that written down. Okay. Misty's vibe of this woman, she does not write secret stuff like that down. You're welcome to still search the body if you would like to for other things. Misty would know of this person's caliber. She's not writing that down.
Cool. Good to know. Not writing this down.
Yeah, just don't want you to waste your turn when there's no...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still search the body just in case she has any other tricks up her sleeve and stuff. But I don't want Wavy or Sunshine to get attacked.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check at advantage, or investigation at advantage, whichever one you want. Or sleight of hand if that's higher, I just don't think it is.
No, perception's my highest.
Yeah. Okay.
16.
Yeah. She took...
one more time, sorry.
Go for it.
That is... 24.
Perfect. She took her turn to sass. She did not have her hands on the hilt of her weapons. She has a great sword at her side that you can easily take off of her if you want to. She has no way of stopping you.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
taking that great sword. That is
Yeah.
mine now.
Yeah, and with that high perception, you would feel as like you pull it away, it seems bound to her through that same blackness that everything else is bound to her, and you feel it snap. And you are holding a greatsword that, if you could somehow use, might give you a bit of extra strength, but maybe at a cost. But you have it on you, and we will go to the other combat where Blood Gremlin number 1 will take its turn first, and it is standing right next to. Well, I guess the closest one is Wisp. So it'll move up, and it is going to just try and attack you. You see, as this thing is moving, the names are living inside of it. Not the names that Kumquat is currently holding, but it seems like the names of everything that bled out with it have merged in. It's like its arms, you can see names, its face, you can see it, and it's going to try and put your name inside of it. Uh, mhm. Oh, no. Yep, does a 24 hit you? I'm assuming yes. Okay. Yeah, and then does a 10 hit you? Okay, so you're not that squishy for wizard. Good to know. On like just one claw reaches in, the blood melting into you as it pulls out a bit of life essence, and you take 7 points of damage. The other one reaches, but you like move quick enough that it doesn't hit. And we're gonna go to Kumquat. What are you doing as you see this entity of blood trying to drain your friend of her life?
Ooh. Ew, I don't like that. So for my bonus action, first I am going to activate innate sorcery. And
Okay.
so the spell save of my spells increases by 1, and I have advantage on attack rolls of sorcerer spells I cast.
Okay. And
So,
Sean, clarification: are you still back where you started, or have you moved closer to cut out part of the wall?
oh, I've moved closer to kind of part of the wall. So where about would I be on this map then?
Like next to Wisp there, if that feels good.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Please continue with your turn.
Sorry, I forgot to take my damage. How much damage did I take?
7.
Sweet, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath on myself
Okay.
for, I don't know, cold damage. Why not?
Beautiful.
And I'm going to use my movement to. I want to get into a spot where I won't. Here we go. Kind of squeeze in behind. That way I won't hit Wisp.
Yep.
And then it's going to be a 15-foot cone, so it should. Wait, no, is Wisp being grappled?
Wisp is not being grappled. No.
Okay. I mean, I actually just realized I think I could avoid that anyway. But yes, so cone to get these two. It's a dex save of 17.
Okay.
Oh, 18. Sorry, dex save 18 because of.
One for sure fails because it only got a 4. The other one got a 14, and to Dex it has a +5, so that brings it to a 15. So 1 fail, 1 success.
Wait, okay, so what were they?
The one closest to you failed. The one further away succeeded.
Well, what did it get?
A 15. No, a 19. 14 plus 5.
So I'm going to use. I think this is a reaction. Yes. Bad luck.
Ah, okay. What's bad luck do?
So you have an ability to twist fate using your wild magic. Immediately after another creature you can see rolls a d20 or d20 test, you can take a reaction to spend 1 sorcery point to roll a d4 and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty. So
Okay.
I'm going to
You want to do a
penalize
bonus
it.
here? All right. Yep, help my little gremlin.
So it's -4.
Which brings it down to a 15, which is a failure.
Excellent.
Earn those sort
I
of
lo-
points.
I kind of digging sorcerer
Mhm.
right now. Okay, so where is it? Dragon's Breath cast. And so that is 13 damage.
Okay, to both of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that is like they go from. I mean, they're made of blood, but they look injured. These things like to move fast and hard together. Hitting them like that seems to do a lot of hurt to them.
Yeah, that was cold damage specifically. I don't know if that matters.
Does not, but thank you for telling me. We move now to Wisp. What do you do?
Okay. Because Kate has been distracted, but I am here now. These
Yes.
creatures that we're fighting, did they like come out of the blood? Would Wisp have any reason to think that these could be like spirits that she's trying to save, or are these like more just
They
malicious?
came out and they're full of the names that you want to save, but they were immediately aggressive.
Okay. Then.
And not the name. And when I say the names you want to save, I don't mean the ones that Kumquat has already successfully grasped. Like your mother's name is not part of that, but these are names from the wall that have come out. Just to clarify.
When and Kumquat just did deal some damage, did it look like that was hurting like the creature or the names or both?
It looks like the creatures didn't like they're maintaining their form, and that lessened a lot. So the names don't appear affected, but the creatures holding the names together do.
Then I mean, because that was just I think Wisp would look to Kumquat and say, that was very effective. Would you like to be hastened? I believe you can do more than me in this circumstance.
Oh, sure.
I'll cast
Lay it
haste
on
on
me,
you.
Queen.
Yeah, you got haste.
Okay,
Boom.
cool. Plus, is it the same? +2 to AC, double movement speed, 1 extra action, but only for a melee weapon attack, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I will put the flavor text for it in our chat. But yeah,
Beautiful.
+2 to armor class, advantage on dex saves, additional action. Action can only be used to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or utilize. Would that work for you if you're casting spells?
Yes. So this one's a concentration spell, so I can keep using it. The spell's already cast.
This is yeah. If haste is useful to you, then it's yours. There you go. Put it in our chat. Also, put it in the Twitch chat because that's fun.
Lovely Twitch audience. Yeah, the other remaining gremlin, seeing the effectiveness and seeing you trying to buff, is going to go for the one being buffed. What is your new armor class with your +2, please?
19.
Good luck, gremlins. No. Through the power of mist, and if you want to, not mist, God, wisp. The power of wisp, if you want to step in and guide how this works, your magic is just intervening so much and forming protective barriers around Kumquat that these gremlins find no passage and are not able to affect in any capacity. Is there a certain flavor you want to add to that, or anything Kumquat you want to use with your Fey abilities?
So if you want to tweak this to be make it more kumquat, go for it, Mika. I think that because Wisp is so tied to the stars and she charts passage of time herself by the stars, that this would manifest as starry constellations kind of moving around you to shield you and aid your movements, like it's manipulating time and protection just for you. If you want to make that more kumquat style, feel free.
No, I dig that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Then we will move back to Celestine, who I believe just at the end of her turn has to make a wisdom saving throw. Am I correct? Perfect.
Yep.
That is a 15.
Yes.
Which I...
Okay,
Yep.
so she's
For a
still
turn.
paralyzed.
Yeah. And we pass it over to you.
I'm going to absolutely mess her up. So,
Oh, please do.
I'm going to just so first, as a bonus action, Sunshine is just going to whisper, "Have you ever heard of a Hexblade's curse?" And I'm going to use Hexblade's curse, which is going to add an additional +4 to all my attack and damage rolls.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to roll with advantage for my first attack. That is a 19, which hits.
Mhm.
And so then I'm gonna roll damage. So I got 7 on the two-handed strike. I'm going to add the +4 from Fury of the Small,
Okay.
+4 from my Hexblade's Curse, so that's 8 + 7, so 15. And then I'm going to Divine Smite, using a 2nd level spell slot, which is going to be, I think it's 3d8. Sorry, 1 second.
3d8 sounds right. It's 2d8 and then one.
Yep.
D8 higher for
Yep. Okay. So on my 3d8, I got an 11. So 11
Okay.
plus 15,
Beautiful.
which is 26, and it's a critical hit.
Mhm.
So do I just roll all of that again?
I would love you to. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
So I'll do the 3d8 again. So that's 9.
Mhm. Okay.
So 26 plus 9, plus another 8 from the Fury of the Small, plus my, I guess, 1d12 for the longsword. Which was an 11 plus my modifier, which is 5, so another 16.
Okay.
So that's
which brings-
24, 33, 59 points of damage on my first attack.
Yep.
And then I'm going to attack again.
Feel free.
Um,
If she could scream, she would be.
She can't.
And correct me if I'm
Um,
wrong. Hold person does not allow you to repeat the save when you take damage, right? Only at the end of your turn.
It's only at the end of your turn.
Beautiful.
So I rolled 13, so 24 to hit, 13 on the damage.
Okay.
For the second one, so I'll roll the d12 again. So that's 22, so plus another 22. Plus 8 from the Fury of the Small and the Hexblade's Curse.
Mhm.
So that's another 30. So that's 89 points of damage.
Beautiful.
Great.
What's it look like
Whoa.
as you kill her?
No!
hits.
Whoa!
She had 75 hit points.
So she's not
What's it
dead,
look
she's
like?
unconscious. She's
Correct.
unconscious.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
look,
so
we have options here.
Yeah. So she goes
oh,
down and
hilarious.
yeah.
So I think that what happens is
Mhm.
Sunshine first, since she's paralyzed, Sunshine sort of like walks around the front, looks up at her, feels the heft of her sword, looks again, and just shrugs as she guts her from below and pulls it out for the second strike, as she's bleeding out on the ground.
Yeah.
And then she turns to Misty and just says, "Well, that was a lot easier than I thought."
Yeah, but we don't have a passcode.
Yeah, well, she's still alive. Just staunch the bleeding.
Gotcha. I was like, all right.
It is your turn, Misty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fully my turn, clearly.
Yeah, I was like, that was like a lot. All right.
Like, anything else you want to add, Sunshine? Any extra stuff you want to do here?
Anything, you know,
She
you
spits
wanna-
on her body.
Nice. Yeah, Misty.
So like to just stop the bleeding so she won't completely die. I guess. Yeah. I could try
Either
to
like a
do-
medicine check or spare the dying would perfectly handle both of those if you have.
Yeah,
either.
I have spare the dying.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you cast Spare the Dying, and this body lays there. We hand it over to the gremlin directly in front of you, Kumquat, who, seeing that you are too hard to hit, like watching its sibling try and go and take the names, is going to go for the one next to you instead. So it will move not out of your range, so won't get an opportunity attack, but one over, and it's going to go for you again. And you are damaged.
Oh,
And you see
yeah.
in its eyes, just like, it smells that your life is easier to take. And you see it swell up a little bit, as though it is led on by this. And the
Fine.
first attack is going to be a 14. Does that hit?
Shield. It does not hit with.
Perfect. The second attack is going to be a 22.
Yeah, I can't shield that. That'll hit.
Cool. 8 points as just like that beefed up arm goes through and gets held, and then pulls your shield sideways for another arm to come and just grab another part of you for 8 more points of damage.
So 8 points of damage total, or
Correct.
16 total. Okay.
8 total.
I need to make a con save to see if haste
Yep.
stays up. I am going to use my other portent and just make
Okay.
sure that succeeds. So,
Beautiful.
because I don't
Love
want
it.
that. I don't want that lethargy to hit.
Yes. Speaking of
Oh,
turns,
ooh, yeah.
Kumquat, it's yours.
Yeah.
Take it away.
I need to wait to see if that con save.
No, I use my
Succeeds.
portent,
the
so
portent roll.
it succeeds.
Is safe.
Okay. They should both still be hit, I think, if I use the dragon
50
breath.
would still. Yep.
Cool, yeah, I'm
100%.
gonna do that. Gonna do that
Okay.
first.
Correct, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Higher the one that was previously damaged, so the one in front of you to your right, does not succeed at all. Does a 15 succeed? No,
No.
it failed that. Yeah, so both of them fail.
Good. And they take... What was it? 3d6? Oh, that's not bad. That's 14 damage.
Beautiful. Yeah. You see now, just like dripping out of them are letters, as though the names are breaking apart, and just little by little, bits of them are falling onto the heart beneath you as we pass it over to Wisp, unless there's anything else you would like to do on your turn.
Oh, I still have an additional action I can use.
Mhm.
And I don't think I used my bonus action, so...
Nope.
Yeah, you're hasted. Use all that stuff.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything useful I can use my bonus action for.
Okay.
But I guess I'll just attack the one to my right, because I have to use an attack action. Attack action doesn't include a spell.
It has to be a melee
because
attack,
that's
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to take out my dagger
Mhm.
and jab it.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. With haste, I can cast a spell attack that would normally be an action as a bonus action, can't I? No. Game it has advantage.
That's
I just
quick
get an
and
additional
is that what you're thinking
action.
about?
That's right. I can do quicken spell. Oh fuck. Okay, yeah. First the dagger attack.
Okay.
That is a 9 + 9 for an 18.
That will hit. You said on the right one, right? The one to your right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For 1d4 + 3 damage.
We mean this one here that I'm moving
That
around.
is- Sure, it doesn't matter which one.
Okay.
So that is 7 damage.
Okay. Beautiful.
And then, yes, I'm going to use my sorcery points
Mm-hmm.
to do... Oh, I could have done... Yeah, quicken spell. And then cast... Or is it Sorceress Burst?
Okay.
On the one to the left.
Okay.
So this is a melee spell attack, which I have advantage on because of my thing.
Mhm.
So it's +9. 13 + 9 for 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. It's 2d8 damage. Oh, that's only 5 damage. That sucks.
Oh, cool. I mean, hey, still damage.
True. I was just hoping I got to burst on it.
I thought you also just wanted to do an 87 in one round or something.
Yeah, that would have been cool too, but
Yeah.
that wasn't going to happen. But yeah, that's my turn, and I should have my reaction back. Excellent.
Yep. Beautiful. Wisp, we pass it to you.
Okay. How damaged do these things look?
Both of them look like a decent hit will knock them out.
Okay. Then Wisp is going to... I gotta look at the roll 20 again. Yeah, okay. So Wisp is going to do a shocking grasp on the one within 5 feet of her. So
Beautiful.
I make a melee spell attack.
And
That's-
they're not wearing metal armor, but there's a lot of iron in there.
Gosh, I wasn't even thinking of
I
that.
would give you the advantage for metal.
Okay.
I've been using like science facts about pressure for the bottom of the ocean. I feel like I'm cheating by not saying there's a lot of iron in there.
So it's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Amazing. A 1 and a 2 on both of the d8s. That's 3 points of damage.
Okay.
That's so upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
But it also can't
Anything
take
else you want?
opportunity attacks until the start of its next turn.
Perfect.
Which means that I would like to move away.
Perfect.
So just gonna... Oh, can I select my own token? I'm just gonna back up 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah,
And
beautiful.
that'll be turn. There we go.
Nice. That leaves only the other one. And Kumquat, correct me if I'm wrong, you have not taken damage.
Correct.
Correct. Beautiful. In that case, it's going to try to do something extremely different. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Okay. Oh man, my wisdom saving throw score is not great. Hey Baxter, that's my hand. Oh, sweet. That's a dirty, salty 20.
Beautiful. You see very much in the same way it tried to steal the life of Wisp by reaching in and taking it, that it just tries to, like, will you to give it up and allow yourself to release part of it to this creature. And you maintain your mind. You do not succeed. You do not give into it, and it does not succeed. That's all it can do. On a layer 20, 2 things are going to happen for our other group. And I'm going to roll to see which one goes higher. I'm going to see which one goes first, because they're tied. Okay, cool. The one that I think you all would prefer to go first is going first. The first thing you see happen is through some creative thinking of a spare the dying. The wounds have healed up enough, but some creature inside seems to be trying to make its way out and is healed in and has no escape, so nothing is able to pop out at this time. The other thing you see is that the heart itself starts to try and consume, and you see tendrils reaching up to grab it, and if one of you would like, or if both of you would like to move your way out, you're technically out of initiative. You can make a dexterity saving throw, or some other thing, if you can move bodies some other way, to try and pull it before it's able to be entombed, very much like the things in the walls.
So you're in my aura right now. So do you want to try to do the dexterity saving throw first? You get a +5.
Yeah, I can do that. Cause yeah. So just dexterity saving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 26.
Yep. Yeah, you beat the 22 that the lair got. What's it look like as you reach, like, as the area around seems to try and consume this body? What's it look like as you get it out of the way in time? And where do you put it?
Yeah, I think Misty would quickly use her ability, like we don't know for the ability, but I think she would use her ability grasping vines really quickly and like grow some vines to quickly grab the body to pull it off to the side, and she just holds the body away from so it wouldn't be engulfed.
Yeah, so let's say you threw it to like the other side of you then.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You see that like that literal layer that tried to grow over it sinks down as though it only caught a bottle of air, and it stays a smooth membrane on the bottom of the ground. It's now your turns, if there's anything you'd like to do. We're technically out of initiative, but you both have 6 seconds to do what you'd like before the other side advances.
Oh boy.
Oh. I was like, this is not good. Should we take Celestine and just try to go up back to our friends, or?
Well, it seems like something's trying to get out. I want to like put my ear up and just like is there anything? I want to know what this thing is.
Yeah. I'll give you base information. You hear a sloshing sound as though a lot of liquid is moving at a very fast speed trying to find a way out. If you want to make a medicine check, or no, if you want to make an arcana check, you can try and learn a thing or two.
Check.
Yeah.
I got a 25.
I was like, I was about to give you guidance, but never mind.
Yeah. You, having heard from Wisp, this person has been a cleric, they've been a warlock, they've been a bard, they've been a paladin. There's a lot of things competing for this entity's life, and you have a feeling something inside is trying to be claimed. Whether to fight for or against you, you are unsure, but there's something inside that's desperately writhing to get out. Misty, what would you like to do?
Is someone trying to get out of Celestine or like the heart? I was going to
Out of Celestine.
Okay, cool.
I want to use 1 point of lay on hands to bring her back to consciousness.
Cool. She gasps, and it stops. Everything goes back into place. You don't hear that sloshing anymore. She is sitting there at 1 hit point.
You have a choice to make, and it's either cooperate with us, or, well, pain.
And more pain.
And then more pain. Because, you see, I know if we kill you, you just reset. So the trick is, don't let you die.
Yeah. That sounds like a puzzle for you, though, doesn't it?
No, what's the passcode?
I'm not telling you.
Why not?
Why would I? She goes back down. Misty, if you want to use your turn again to stabilize her so there's no open wounds. Okay, cool. Then we'll pass the scene back over to the other side.
Just cure wounds or something to bring her back.
Oh, you want to bring it back up with the cure wounds?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll your healing and let me know what you get. The other one is going to go straight for... this is the one that moves first. It would need to move past you to get to Wisp, but we also know that they have seen you, Kumquat, are an impenetrable fortress of Fey right now. So it is going to grant you that opportunity to attack, and is going to run up this way.
Fuck yeah. So plus 17 plus 9.
Yep.
For 24 plus 3 is 3 plus 3 for 6 damage.
Nice. And what are you doing as this happens?
Me? Oh, as it's moving, I just shank it like a true pirate.
Beautiful.
I just
go,
Arg.
And as you say Arg, you see the full name of not anyone you recognize, but just someone named Sebastian O'Toole float to the ground and sink into the membrane, and is gone. It still has its turn though, and it is going to go for you, Wisp. You are still damaged. The first
Wisp saw
attack.
a name disappear?
You saw a name fully disappear into the membrane. It's not the same as when it left into the void, but it is hit the ground and very much like water hitting a sidewalk, gone.
It's back like is it back like the same like silver stream of names that we saw before?
You don't see it at all. It just seems to have dissolved on the ground.
Fun. Okay. All right. And now you're attacking me.
Yeah, and I got a 23 on the first one. Yep.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
nothing I
nice.
can. Oh.
So I just realized I have a cloak of displacement. Any attack made against me has disadvantage.
Beautiful. Nothing's hit
Not that I've
anyway,
been
but
hit.
I will keep
Yeah.
that in mind.
Good to know.
And then a 19 for the second.
Yeah, those are both gonna hit.
Okay. That one is 9. That one is 4. So that is 13. Just both of those claws still beefed up, knowing how to duck and weave if you were to cast a shield, reaching, like extending longer than it should be able to extend to your behind and grabbing you, trying to pull you in, not grappled mechanically, but like a hug of not goodness as it's trying to pull you into itself to consume your name.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And those are 2 con saves then.
Correct.
Both
So
DC
one
10.
at 9, one at 4, so both DC 10. Yep.
Okay. Well, after the first one, I fail, so.
Perfect.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're froze for
So-
a round.
You're frozen in
8 of
place.
0.
Mhm.
That's fine.
As-
I haven't moved this entire time.
Yeah. So as you would go, just saying R and watching a name fall out, you feel your arm just pause. As for a moment, just the weight of the world sits on your shoulders. And you feel like you're not having the time to do anything.
I think
And that brings us
visually,
to-
the stars around, the stars that Wisp put around Kumquat would probably, like, freeze in place and maybe then just come crashing down.
Okay. And Misty, just so we know, what was the healing points you rolled?
16.
Beautiful. Okay. Wisp, we go around to you.
Oh, boy. Okay. So, there is one right in front of me.
Mhm.
I need to try and get it down. Okay. I'm going to Shocking Grasp again. So.
Beautiful. Go for it.
Okay. So, I still have advantage to hit.
You do, yep.
26 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. Roll better. Damage. 15 damage. Lightning.
Yeah. Tell me what it looks like as the lightning courses through the iron in its blood and this thing... phew, names and all.
Yeah, I think it is because so much of Wisp magic is like tied to time that the lightning more halts and holds it in place and just fizzles through the streams of names, and then it falls apart.
Beautiful. Would you like to name some of the names that disappear?
No.
Okay,
Sure.
that's
There's no, I will because I will name all of the names that disappear so that you can't take mine. There's a Sean disappears.
Okay, I'll give you inspiration for that. Why not? I think you're the only one that doesn't have inspiration from chat. You can have it.
Incredible. I will accept the
Do I have
inspiration.
inspiration from chat?
Everyone has inspiration from chat, yeah.
Oh,
And there's
shoot.
And
fire,
I also
okay.
think everyone except Andy has their straight 15 roll from the amulet.
well, do we have to be
Oh,
in
I
a
haven't
certain
used my
range of the
straight 15
amulet,
yet.
or it just
Yeah.
works?
What was your question, Kate?
Do we have to be within a certain range of the amulet, or does the 120?
It's set at 120, which you would all be
Yeah.
within, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Wish I had known that. So, yeah, Sean. The name Sean disappears, and so does a, Dariel, and a Venom.
Cool. That brings us around to the last of the gremlins, who is still up against someone that has not been hit in any capacity, but sees them frozen. And they are rather smart, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 can make it to you, and are going to try and give you the same hug of friendship. One hit, it would be 14. Does that hit without shield?
Oh wait, is that this is on me?
It's on you. Yep.
I will cast shield, so that will not hit.
Okay, so then only one hit. For only.
Wait, so what was
8 points?
What were the hits?
The first one was a 21.
Yeah.
And then the second one was a 14.
Okay.
For 8
so
points
you said
then.
8 points.
Mhm.
I'm still up. Fine.
Nice.
Everything
Brings
is fine.
us back around to the lair action. Celestine is up. Yep. Okay. You looked like you wanted to get something in first. Celestine's up.
I was just
Nothing
surprised that there's still a lair action because she's up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool. Did not roll high enough to activate. So it is Celestine's turn. And she's just here. Like, she's not stabbing either of you right now. She's not willing to give you the password, but she does look at you and goes, "Clearly nothing is in anyone's favor right now. If we'd like to come to an agreement, and you give me my sword, and I give you the password when you give me my sword, or we all agree that it's best to keep each other alive and get out of here together, I would be open." And it's just going to, like...
You seem to think that you have the power here, but I saw your water trying to escape, and I think I could trap it, and then you're in even more of a bind than before.
With or without my water, I will be resetting. Whether or not you will survive it is a question for your own future.
That was a less effective threat than I expected.
I don't have much to go on, and I'm willing to admit that right now. However, I do think it's better that you deal with me and not what's inside of me.
What is inside of you?
Would you like to find out?
I would like you just verbally explain, then see it.
No.
Why?
Because I don't... You haven't told me what's inside of you. You can tell. She is defeated.
I have
in her
an
mind.
angry pirate inside of me who you met.
And I have an angry blood kraken. Would you like to fight the blood kraken?
Oh, that was easy. Blood cracking. That sounds gross.
So, seems like bad news.
So you just want
Why?
the sword back?
I want us all to get out of here and return to our timelines. I thought I made that extremely clear about 15 minutes ago.
No. You said you wanted a sword and you give us passcode, right?
If that's what it will take for you to not stab me again and give me my sword, then yes.
Yeah, sure. And then at the end, we give her the sword, the great sword.
Okay. You know that's not what I'm talking about.
You didn't say that in the contract, and you said
You
a
made a
sword,
deal!
and here's a sword, and you made a deal, so where's the passcode?
Fine. The passcode is star, square, circle, squirrely. There will be runes that you could press.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot more sense knowing that there are runes.
Yeah.
That is a passcode for a sword. I hope you enjoy the terms of our deal. Other team. The one that does good is dead. So, Kumquat, you are up first. The lethargy has worn off.
No, it would still be because this is my first turn since then. So I would
Last
still
turn
have the lethargy.
last turn was your turn. Because the concentration failed on the gremlin that goes before you's turn, and then it was your turn that got skipped, and then now we're back around.
Oh, it doesn't say my turn is skipped, does it? When the spell ends, the target is incapacitated. Oh, the incapacitated. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, after I'm like, King Rude.
That's the downside of haste, is when it wears off, it sucks.
F word. Sorry. Frickin' rude. So if I do it, oh, it's not going to work if I, 'cause I don't want. Oh. Okay. I can do this. Let me look at what I can use my sorcery points on. Okay. I don't know if that'll work. I am going to... How badly hurt does this thing look?
It looks like if it gets another one of like the hits you've been doing, one, maybe 1.5 hits will take it down. Very
Okay.
like not at the point where the other one exploded into a puddle of names that then evaporated, but still like those letters are very quickly seeping out of it.
I'm very curious. How this would work. So, I have this ability
Mm-hmm.
called Wild Magic Surge. Immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell with with a spell slot, never mind. Because they thought about what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just... Okay, I also don't know if this counts, because the spell's already cast, technically.
Mm-hmm.
So if I did my Dragon's Breath, would it hit Wisp if I did that from where I am right now? Because there's
the
kind
way
of
it's
a...
set right now, you're safe because of the diagonal.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool. Then I'm going to use the Dragon's Breath, but at the same time, I'm going to use Wild Magic Surge.
Okay.
Okay, so it says immediately after you cast a surge. So it's already cast. Would I
Yeah.
be able to use...
Technically,
this?
no, but I'm allowing. Like, I'll let you do it.
Okay, that's just so I can, I
Yeah.
think, end this sooner. So I can create an effect of my choice from the Wild Magic Surge table
Ooh.
instead of rolling on the table.
Hmm.
And so I'm going to choose the one that lets me do max dice damage.
Okay. Beautiful.
Choose any effect that would take. Yes, and so after I do that, I can get into a long rest. So then I'm going to use my Dragon Breath. That's 3d6. So that's
Okay.
18 points of damage. I probably could have saved that for something better, but
It's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
And
18
what
points
does
of
it-
damage.
What does it look like as this creature's frozen in place and Sunshine? You feel from like a fair distance, but close enough behind you, just a wave of cold fly in your direction and dissipate. As now it is aimed directly at Sunshine if it had a longer reach. So, Mika, what does it look like as this guy dies?
Just a big classic fairy tale story. It's like I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. Just deep breath, cheeks puff as this breath of frost, icy frost comes from its mouth. Less like a dragon, but you kind of get like this dragon aura above as. Or no, the mist takes the shape of a dragon. Like swirled and then spreads out and freezes. This little octopus goblin thing.
And with that, we are out of all initiatives. There is one more thing that will happen for Sunshine and Misty. Again, not high enough. So you see the membrane move, but it can't find any passage anywhere. And then as the gremlins sink back into the floor, the membrane smooths, and it's not. I mean, it goes back to pulsating, but it doesn't. You don't see any life underneath it that's interfering.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really digging Sorcerer.
Casters are real cool. Sorcerers are pretty cool ones.
Sean, is there any chance that we would know or have heard of a blood kraken, like maybe Wavy?
Yeah, I feel like Wavy has definitely heard of him.
What do I know?
I think Let's go ahead and have you make an insight check just and see what you know is true versus what you've heard. Because most of it would have been like pirate tall tales, but let's see.
So, I got a really high number, and it's natural,
Okay.
and the total is a 1 minus 1 for 0.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Cool. What you would know, and I will say, there will be truth in this statement. It will just be
Great.
what you know is true versus is not true. So that you as players are aware, at least some of this will be true. You have definitely heard of blood krakens before. They are said to be found either within someone who has committed great acts of atrocity or someone who has signed themselves away as a last rite of a high-ranking member of an order. You would also know that they are kind of like they can be summoned at will, kind of like a familiar, but if you lose concentration or if you lose the capacity to understand it, it can very easily take over you and devour you and then be free onto the seas. You would also know that they are quite rare, as they are only at the bottom, and very few people would be dumb enough to make that sort of deal. So if it were to have been presented, it was either by force or because it weaseled its way in some other way.
Hmm. So, Celestine,
Yeah.
I gotta say, it seems like you took a bad deal.
Seems like we all took quite a few bad deals, isn't it?
I regret none of my choices. How about you?
There are many things I regret in my life, but gaining power to overthrow a tyrannical god is not one of them.
Say more.
If I can kill the sea, everything I'll have done, hell will have been worth it.
I think Sunshine's gonna look at Misty.
Yeah, like Missy's definitely not gonna like that, but like she would love to just stab her with her own sword, but she was like, that's just gonna reset everything. That would solve nothing right now to do that.
It wouldn't reset everything, it would only reset her.
Oh, okay. It just reset her, but she wants her dead. Like dead. So she's like, "Ugh, that's just. I was like, it's like, fuck it. She'll like stab her with her own sword with like the clock amulet in the back.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll an attack. It has a +2 to hit.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
This poor woman.
Yeah, going through it. What, 17?
Yeah, that'll hit. And then also roll me just roll a flat d20 and don't get a 1.
And don't get a 1.
Yep.
Oh, I hate to break it to you. No, I got a 16.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
You see as the sword goes into her that it starts whirring itself as though there's some sort of safeguard that if it were to be turned against her would cause problems for others. But your will overcomes it and you drive it in. Go ahead and roll damage. +2. The only hit points she has is the ones that you have. So if you want to just tell the rest of your friends to beat up on her and knock her unconscious, you are aware of how she's doing.
Okay.
If you just want to stab her for the bit, just roll damage. But if you would all like to knock her out, you all have the capacity to knock her out. I don't need you all to roll.
Yeah, just like knock her out for right now, not to like kill her
Okay.
off right now.
Yeah.
As she just pulls the sword back out.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I didn't like her, and I was like, I feel like we're going nowhere with her. So I think we should wait for the rest of our crew and see what we should do next.
Yeah, she's so annoying.
Yeah. Like, she's not gonna give us anything unless we give her the sword and stuff. And like, I got a fake I got a passcode for something, but probably not for the gate. But
Like, I spend a lot of time dealing with Wavy, who's pretty obstinate. Celestine sucks.
yeah, I was like, I'd deal with Wavy longer than Celestine at this time. But I think like if we could figure out how to cleanse the heart, then the sea would just like let us go. I feel like so we don't have to figure out how to escape.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you sure that the sea is like something we should save?
I think so. Like the sea never wants souls to be trapped here, and they're sad. And if they really wanted all this, why are they sad?
Well, I gotta say, Wavy is in the list of names, and I think he would agree. He sort of deserves to be trapped at the bottom of the ocean. Are we sure we want to prison break all of these ne'er-do-wells?
I mean, Wavy got a second chance. Why can't the others?
And it would be mid-conversation here that the other two could make it in if you were walking that way. But go ahead and keep going with the scene.
Well, all I'm saying is if your mom is trapped down here, it's probably for a good reason. Oh, shit.
I think
Whoa.
that Wisp, like the moment that combat was done, would have tried like finding her mom's name again.
Yeah, Kumquat still has it on their person.
Okay. So we'll just like go to Kumquat holding it and just try to like just put her own hands out like can I hold it? Her? I don't even know.
I guess.
Just take
Here you
the
go.
goo in her hands. And I don't know, she's not even like she would be walking over. Yeah, she would walk over to the rest of the group with this goo. And she would just say, I agree with Misty that the sea doesn't want this. This is wrong, and I don't think the sea is malicious. I think Celestine is malicious, and the sea just is. I want to figure out how to free everyone here. This just trapped in goo can't be right. As she holds this name goo.
Just, as like a slight counter argument, I think I'm the only one here who doesn't like the ocean. Okay? The ocean is a scary place full of monsters that crushes you with its very weight.
So is the
Maybe the
rest of the
sea is
world.
a bad guy.
But so is the rest of the world. The whole world is full of monsters and crushing and hard. But
So you're saying we should kill the whole world?
Yeah.
no,
Oh, no.
Oh,
Slow
sorry.
I think Wisp looks to Misty because Wisp is having a hard time with words, but thinks that Misty seems to understand.
Yeah, like Misty would understand. I like greatly what she's saying. Like, the ocean provides a lot for us, like water, food, everything. It does a lot of good for the world. And now something's trying to keep it trapped here. So like if we destroy it, it's like all that's gone.
The
So I was
Well,
like, I just
this heart
I don't
is not
know.
supposed
Technically,
to-
it's probably the sun that does most of that for us. It's the base of the food chain. It evaporates all the water to make it fresh. It gives us the drinking water. The ocean kills the shit out of people. Sorry. I just look. All I'm saying is there some way we could maybe talk to the sea? I kind of want to hear their side of things if they're sentient.
I can speak with animals and dead.
I can
So if we-
try to attune to the sea and see if they will like to speak.
I do really want like a counter argument because so far Celestine's got all the cards here.
Yeah, if you want to Misty attempt to attune,
Yeah.
go ahead and make nature or religion or whatever you feel in your heart is how Misty would be attuning right now.
Nice. I'm gonna gonna keep on rolling this dice all the time. That would be 23.
Nice. On a 23, what is it looking like? What are you trying to get out of it? What's happening here?
Yeah, I think like Missy does her whole meditation thing, crisscross applesauce on the ground, basically praying like
Mhm.
to the sea. To hopefully, if she could like summon like a speaker of the sea or anything that the sea would like to give them to speak, so as she attunes to the sea, or even
Yeah.
speak through her. She doesn't know.
While you're sitting there praying, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and the rest of you see the visage of a blue tiefling with white hair and blue horns, wearing a sailor's
Ooh,
outfit. Go,
pretty.
hey, I think you called on me for something, Misty? And you
Oh,
would feel Asper behind you. The rest of you would see him.
I was like, as for, I was like, whoa, hey.
Hey, we don't got a lot of time, but if you want to talk, we can just talk. It's been a long time. It's
Yeah,
been really lonely.
yeah. So you're the sea, or did I contact this the wrong way?
Well, no, you contacted me the right way, but like, so you know how Wavy chose to kill me on the way in, and then I never made it in, and also I can't drown because the sea doesn't let me drown, so I just kind of kept falling forever, and the weight got really bad, but then it never really hit my head. So I'm kind of like half alive because I'm not able to drown underwater, but I haven't really fully gone yet because nothing's down here coming for me. So when you asked for a voice, I kind of just heard you and showed up here.
Wow. I'm so sorry that you're floating out at sea right now, but you're here too. But it's good to see you. But right now, we're making a very drastic decision right now about if we should save the sea or like destroy this heart and leave. And we wanted to hear the sea side of the story.
Well, the sea, and from now on, as he's talking, you just hear like that sound of like waves on a shore, very calming. The sound that you normally hear when you meditate coming through him as he's talking with you further. I mean, the sea doesn't want itself to be destroyed. That'd be quite bad. And yeah, it's a dark and scary place, but that dark and scary place let me get a lot of good out, and it keeps my ship safe. And I hope that if y'all make it out, it'll keep you all safe. And yeah, it's bad, but also it's the culture of so many people, and it allows us to traverse the world in ways we can't, and it doesn't want to be destroyed any more than you or I do.
Like Missy would look at Sunshine. I was like, I'm with the sea, no matter what.
I have to admit, I'm with the sea. I'm from the Feywild, and we are one with nature. Our weird, messed up kind of nature, and the sea, people saying the sea is dark, etc., just means nothing to me. The sea is a force of nature, and you can't. It's not something you should kill. It would be far worse than just letting it run rampant. But the sea does need some cleansing, and that is something we should worry about.
You feel, Misty, in your hand, a small pearl just form when Kumquat says cleansing.
Like, do we use this? She would look at Astrid like, do I use this pearl? This cleansing? What is this pearl?
Well, you can probably use it to cleanse. If you break that, it'll unleash a wave of pure water. Not like pure as in fresh or pure as in salt, like actual water that's uncontaminated and might be able to wash some of this away if it can get in good enough, but I don't know how fast it'll be, and I don't know how much of a current it'll have, so I don't know how quickly you might get swept up in it, but should clean this place out pretty quick.
Okay. Thanks.
Andy, you're muted, just so you know.
Do we all see and hear Asper?
You all see and hear, yeah, like standing over Misty's shoulder with one hand, like standing over Misty with a hand on the shoulder.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, seems good enough to me, I guess. Wavy says sorry. And she's gonna sort of like wander away.
It's in Wavy's nature. He'll get it in his time. Don't he worry.
I was like, see where like did Wavy really say sorry?
No.
No.
Yeah, Asper did not believe. Like Asper just went, "That's a lie."
Like all of us didn't believe.
Yeah.
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 I think Wisp is just like looking between Asper and the names in her hands and the names that are still in the walls and just taking in everything that's not quite lost but not quite here. And yeah, I think she'll just look to Asper. How do we restore balance? Not good or bad, just balance.
Well, I guess that'll depend on what balance means to you. Is it letting the ones that deserve to stay, and the ones that deserve to go? Is it returning every story, even though the ones that wish to stay hidden, the ones that left and never were heard from by their own choice, to the world and making everything known? Or is it cleaning it up and allowing a new priestess to take over the temple and make choices in their own right? All of them are possible. It depends how much you want it to happen.
Wisp will look to the rest of the group. It would be nice to let everyone make their own choices. You always let us do that as captain.
Yeah. Well, if you can get that gate open, there'll be two ways to get out of it. One, to go back where you belong, and then the other, well, to go to the end. But anyone passing through it can make that choice for themselves as long as they're free from the walls. And if you get enough water in, you might do it. Probably not, because it would take a lot, and I'm not sure that little pearl I gave you is going to do it, but if you can get enough of the names free, the ones that want to return can, and the ones that know it's their time or wish to stay away, they'll be given that chance. By the way, Misty, that code is real. It's just not a place you want to go.
Gotcha. Thanks, Captain.
Yeah, and as you say, thanks, Captain, you'd feel like the pressure lessen, and the hand just start fading back into mist before Asper's gone. And with that,
What? Miss Asper.
I think we'll end tonight's session. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Let's go around and say who we are and where people can find us. We'll start backwards. Taylor, how about you go first?
Yeah, hey, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor. I've been playing Misty today. You can find me at Spunky Taylor on all the things and doodads. And what do I have coming up? I have a creator spotlight interview on Imagine like interview, so I'm excited for that.
Imagine if.
Imagine if I put Imagine on my calendar thing, so I was like, Imagine? I don't think that's right, but yeah. And then we have our Crushing Cryptics game on October 2nd. So those are like the most upcoming things I have coming. Yay! Oh, and I did not win the Rising Star Award, sadly. But
Aw, you're
it's
still the
okay.
rising star in our hearts.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're my rising star.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Truly.
Andy, I think we pass it to you.
I'm Andy Margolski, Margamod's Games Online, and I played the sentient nightmare that is Sunshine/Wavy. I recently concluded a Kickstarter for Murders at Lorlock Manor, which you should check out. It'll hit drive-through RPGs soon, but late pledges for digital rewards are still open. I'm also working on a absolutely buck-wild next campaign full of ooze inspired by marine ecology, because I am an oceanographer. And there's all kinds of spooky shit you can do.
Hey. Hey.
Oh wait, does it have to be me? Can it be Mika? I'm busy.
Mika.
Chat. We got Baja blasted in the chat, so
Cool. Mika.
podcast remove.
Hey, I'm Mika. I do things. I played Kumquat today, our little fae sorceress. And question that can be edited out. Host, is To Catch a G Cube going to be aired or just recorded?
It's recorded Saturday, but it goes live sometime. I think it goes live. I think it goes live the 25th, and then the 1st, if I'm not wrong. No, the 26th and the 2nd. November 26th. Yeah, October 26th, November 2nd.
October 20. Oh wow, that is far in advance. Okay. You can catch me tomorrow on Entropy Emporium for Weird Wilds War, where I am playing a warforged barbarian who is learning about life, like what pronouns are. You can also catch me on both Monday and Wednesday on Roll D5, ROLE D5, where I'll be GMing first Hostile Work Environment, a one-pager by Grant Howitt, and then Night Hag, another one-pager by Grant Howitt. I really love these one-pagers. You can also catch me on the 29th over on Imagine If with Sean playing You Awaken in a Strange Place. Ooh, spooky. Ooh. And then finally, on Spotify, catch me in The Heart is a Dungeon Season 2, where I play La La Lemon, a fey crow who smokes and is a little bit of a kleptomaniac.
Beautiful. And Kate, for real this time.
For real this time. Hi, my name is Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, aka also running tech for this stream and producer of Don't Kill My Character. And you can find me, Kate the Great Cosplays, and here, and I'll be at the Tuxedo Park Renaissance Fair this Sunday, and you're at Comic-Con and PAX Unplugged, and just look up Kate the Great Cosplays for those things. I'm gonna pass it back to Sean, and then I'll talk about more upcoming things on Don't Kill My Character, and then we'll do our raid.
Yeah, I am Sean. I have been GMing and played Asper for a brief revival. You can find me on the internet live this weekend on the 29th with Mika over on Imagine If playing playing You Awaken in a Strange Place, an entirely improvised TTRPG. It is my favorite one. I will be running it. I can't tell you anything more about it because the players create the world on stream. You can also find me on Wednesday of next week playing Crushes and Cryptids with Taylor, as well as several other people. If you don't know the game, that is because it is a new game by Rain of Rainy Day Games and Hampod, in which you go on dates with cryptids. It's a nice little one-page TTRPG. It'll be a lot of fun. And then you can find me back here next week for the finale of Shipwrecks on October 3rd. And then a bunch of recordings that'll come out in the future. And then on the 11th, so next week, 2 weeks ago Friday, 2 weeks from now Friday, I'll be starting a Regency Ghost in a game of the Monster Mash meets Good Society. So that'll be what I've got coming up.
And you already called out that next week is the last week of Shipwrecks, so please join us again, same time, same place for that.
Also,
and then,
1 second. Shameless plug. I also run my podcast, Help Action Needed, which is where you can find me across the world. We are like a couple people away from 1,000 downloads. If you want to just go listen to an episode, you'd make your new best friends, because we would love to hit 1,000. We haven't been around for that long, and the fact that people are listening baffles us. But the fact that many people listened in a 8 months amount of time is even more baffling. So if you want to just be one of the 13 people we need to go listen to literally any episode, they're marked when the arcs start. You can start anywhere, or you could just listen to one for fun. You'd be my best friend. Anyway, back to you,
Aww.
Kate.
incredible. Thank you for shouting out the Shipwrecks finale next week. Mika, are you comfy if I toss it over to you to talk a little bit about Masks: A New Generation on Tuesday, October 8th?
Yeah. So, for the end of Latin Hispanic Heritage Month, we are. Kate has been gracious enough to host a game of Masks, a new generation. Oh, excuse me. Miguel will be our GM, and Ale and Yuri and I will be the players. I'm not very familiar with Mask, but I love learning new systems because that's all we do on Roll D5, learn new systems.
Truly my
And
honor and pleasure to give you the space.
yeah, so if you want to find a way to celebrate one of these days, come check it out.
Yeah. And with that, I'm going to start setting up our raid into New Age Geeks, who is doing an investigation check interview with something savage. Huge shout out and thank you to Joe for doing the setup of this. I am running the tech myself, so any messiness is on my end with running, but built us a wonderful setup. We've got a really great community of people behind the scenes. Join our Discord to meet and hang out with all of us, and we hope to see you all here again soon, because there are always more stories to tell. Goodbye, friends.
Bye.